Hi, my name is Endre. I'm from Norway, I'm 20 years old, and I'm the journalist from the Committee on Employment.
The Norwegian economy prospers as the petroleum industry ensures economic growth, while cheap imports from low-cost countries keep the inflation down and ensures a high purchasing power. At the same time, 2 out of 3 workers in Norway say they want to work less and rather distribute the increased prosperity as more leisure time. It is questioned how this would affect the sustainability and competitiveness of the Norwegian welfare state. How can we best ensure the interests of all parties involved?
The problem of the Committee on Employment is basically how will the Norwegian desire for less work and more spare time affect the economy on a long-term basis. As we live in a democracy, the government must, if possible, obey the will of the general public. And considering that reducing working hours from 7.5 hours a day to 6 hours a day is possibly the smoothest solution to this, you can reduce working hours by 0.5 percentages each year until 2058, and then you will have achieved the 6-hour day. However, this desire and priority of spare time comes with a few problems that needs to be answered. 1. How will it affect the private consumption? And 2. How will the tax levels need to be adjusted in order to cope with the potentially decreased production to maintain the sustainability of the Norwegian welfare state? According to Statistics Norway, going for the 6-hour solution in itself will mean a reduced general employment per capita rate by 21 percentages. At the same time, the private consumption will be 32 percentages lower than what it could have been if we went for the 7.5-hour solution that we have today. This is a decrease in private consumption with 1/3. But still, this level will be twice as high as the level of private consumption is today. This is due to a steady increase in productivity combined with the ripple effects of the gradual implementation of the pension reform of 2011, which opens for staying in work at a higher age. These two factors will in some degree compensate for the loss of production, but also considering the baby boom of the post-war period, the amount of elderly people will dramatically increase in the next 10 to 20 years, which means that when these people stop working and potentially get sick, we will need some serious extra funding for pensions and healthcare. Now, let's do some unconventional thinking. A few years back, there was a bunch of 6-hour testing projects in Norway. To this day, only one remain, the rest have been terminated. But the deal was, for the same production, they will get the same salary, and reduced production would result in a lower salary. In the one that still exists, the results have been staggering. From 2007 when it started, they have had increased production. The workers are healthier, they have more time with their families, and they have a competitive salary. This was in a dairy, and of course it won't be as easy in a service-related occupation. But the point is, it is doable, it works. And when we in addition consider that 4 out of 10 women work part-time and already have the 6-hour day, I think we can start to be really optimistic about this. Before I finish, let me just ask you one question. When, by 2060, the average Norwegian worker will be able to consume twice as much goods as today, what is it really that we need? Is it more money to buy stuff, go on expensive vacations, pollute, and further harm the environment that we so desperately try to save? Or is reduced working hours a mutually beneficial solution that can provide a warmer, more personal society, as well as help us towards a more environmentally friendly lifestyle? This is up to you and the Committee on Employment.